Hello everyone, DeckTrolls here. Today I have for you my Jester Lord deck. Now, I found this card a bit ago, and I was thinking it would be really hard to use in a deck, but it would also be really fun to use in a deck. So I just tried to make a deck to work around it. So this is your boss monster, Jester Lord, and let's see what he do. Alright, so you got 3 Jester Lord. While this card is the only monster on the field, it gains 1000 attack for each spell card, each spell and trap card. Each card in the spell and trap zone. So both your opponent's and your own. So if both fields are full, then he's gonna be at 10,000 attack. Alright. Got 3 Jester Confit. You can only control 1 Jester Confit. You can special summon this card from your hand in attack position. If summoned this way, during your opponent's next end phase, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, return both that target and this face-up card on the field. You got 3 Maiden with Eyes of Blue. Level 1 Spellcaster Tuner. While this card is targeted for an attack, you can negate the attack, and if you do, change the battle position of this card. Then you can special summon 1 Blue Eyes from your hand, deck, or graveyard. During either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that targets this face-up card, you can special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand, deck, or graveyard. You can only use the effect 1 Maiden with Eyes of Blue effect per turn, and only once that turn. You got 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon. And then lastly for your monsters, you got 3 Watt Draft. This card can attack your opponent directly. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent by a direct attack, your opponent cannot activate spells, traps, or spell trap effects, or monster card effects until the end of this turn. End phase of this turn. Alright, now for the spells, we got 1 for 1. Send 1 monster from your hand to the graveyard, then special summon 1 level 1 monster from your hand or deck. 3 Where Art Thou? If you control a face-up level 1 monster, add 1 level 1 monster from your deck to your hand. During the end phase of this turn, take 2000 damage if you did not normal summon the added monster or a card with the same name after activating this card. You got 1 Raigeki. Because normally I wouldn't add this in a deck profile, but this is kind of necessary in this deck. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls, because you want to be able to clear the board of monsters. It's just what you need to do, and this is one that could help you. You got 3 Lightning Vortex. Discard 1 card, destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. You got 1 Dark Hole. Destroy all monsters on the field. You got 1 Twin Twisters. Discard 1 card, target up to 2 spell or trap cards on the field and destroy them. 1 The Claw of Hermos. This card is also always treated as a legendary dragon Hermos. Send 1 monster from your hand or your side of the field to the graveyard of that type that is listed as on a fusion monster that can be only special summoned with the Claw of Hermos. If that card is set, reveal it, then special summon that fusion monster from your extra deck. You can only activate 1 the Claw of Hermos per turn. You got 2 Hidden Armory. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard and add one equipped spell card from your deck to your graveyard to your hand. You cannot normal summon or set the turn you activate this card. We got 3 Mage Power. The equipped monster gains 500 attack and defense for each spell and trap card you control. Lastly, for the spells, 3 Zerok. Your opponent cannot target a face-up attack position monster with 0 attack for attacks. Now this is really important because on the turn of your opponent, when they summon any kind of monster and you have a Jester Lord on the field, he instantly becomes 0 attack. No matter what. If there's another monster besides him on the field, he becomes 0 attack. So, as long as this is on the field, your opponent cannot attack your Jester Lord for attacks. Now for the traps, we got 3 Torrential Tribute. When a monster or monsters is summoned, destroy all monsters on the field. And lastly, for the main deck, 3 Dimension Guardian. Activate this card by targeting one face-up attack position monster you control. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. If the targeted monster leaves the field, destroy this card. Now this is most likely to be used on your Jester Lord, and in synchronization with either Torrential Tribute or Dark Hole. It helps your monsters stay alive, and it helps you keep another spell or trap on the field. Now for the extra deck, we got 2 Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. Requires Blue Eyes White Dragon and Blue Eyes White Dragon. Must be either fusion summoned or special summoned by sending the above monsters you control to the graveyard, in which case you do not use polymerization. Cannot be destroyed by battle. This card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters each turn, each battle phase. At the end of the damage step, when this card attacks an opponent's monster, but the opponent's monster was not destroyed by battle, you can banish that opponent's monster. Got 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword. Must be special summoned with the Claw of Hermos using a dragon type monster and cannot be special summoned by other ways. If this card is special summoned, target one other face-up monster on the field, equip this card to it. It gains 1000 attack and 500 attack and defense for each dragon type monster on the field and in the graveyards. We got 2 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Requires 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuner Blue Eyes monsters. Neither player can special summon 2 or more monsters at the same time. Once per turn, during either player's turn, when an effect of a card in the graveyard is activated, you can negate the activation. During either player's turn, you contribute this synchro summoned monster and special summon 1 light dragon synchro type monster from your extra deck in defense, except Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, but destroy it during the end phase of this turn. And lastly, 2 Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. Requires 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuner normal monster. If this card is special summoned, until the end of the next turn, neither player can target dragon monsters you currently control with card effects. Also, they cannot be destroyed by card effects. Once per turn, during the your standby phase, you can target 1 normal monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Alright guys, so that is my Jester Lord deck profile. So, tell me what you think. What did you like? What did you dislike? What would you do to improve it? Please make sure to comment below. I like when you guys comment. Yeah, feel free to ask questions and give me some, actual criticism, not just bad. That's not helpful. Alright guys, remember I have 100+ budget-friendly decks, so there's going to be a lot of fun content coming your way. So please make sure to like and subscribe, and most importantly, have fun!